Hey, Trey, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Episode 57 of the Beyond the Curve, the MX podcast, brought to you by Circle K Coffee Cup today. Always looking for that corporate sponsorship. So we're going to go Circle K today. Last week it was Love's. This week Circle K.
Got Gatorade over here too. Maybe
Gatorade.
we can handle that.
Yeah, see, we're always looking for that. We don't want to go small. We want to go big. But we're going to talk a little Hangtown. We're going to talk about Loretta Lynn's regionals coming up, how tough they must be this year because we've seen a lot more failures than successes, and your trip to Echeconnee coming up. So let's dive in, man.
Yeah, no, it was Hangtown was a wild weekend.
Yeah, can we start first of all? Track is awesome. I like the track changes that they made this year. I thought that really opened up the track, and they didn't over groom it, prep it, whatever you want to call. But dude, that's first turn start is brutal. Every year they wipe out.
Yeah,
they wipe out people.
And it was a wild wipeout for Hardy Munoz. I didn't hear any updates on him yet, but he come off holding his arm and he went for a ride. So
it's just maybe you just need to make that change. I don't know how, but it's.
I don't know. It's every year, but there's a lot of speed going into that turn. So
and it narrows down quite rapidly.
Yeah. And so they can't all squeeze in there, and they're trying.
Oh, the 450s, I think, realized because you look at the overhead view of their first moto start, and it was like, yeah, we'll just kind of cruise through here. We'll get through. But the 250s, that first moto, man, it is like the testosterone is flowing, and it's Katie bar the door.
Yeah, so. And they usually pile it up every time.
And it was big because it wiped out a lot of guys. I mean, there were a lot of guys that did not start second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 guys did not start the second moto.
And it sucks for HBI. Oh. They had all their guys in the pile up essentially. It's terrible, but it is what it is. We get it every year. It sucks. I agree they should do something about it.
And it's not the only one that has the fast left-hander, but at High Point, you don't really see that too often. I think it's High Point the one that's.
I think it's just maybe it's just a little too short, and they're just carrying too much speed into it. I think if they just widened it out just a little bit, but it takes a lot of moving.
Yeah, because there's hospitality there. I was wondering if anybody made it into hospitality.
Yeah.
It was quite the schmozzle. But all right, let's dive in real quick here because we're going to do an abbreviated. Derek's heading to Echeconnee, which we're going to touch on at the end of this podcast. Hayden Deegan comes out and does Hayden Deegan things again. And you're like, oh, man, this kid, all the stuff, all the smack talk, everything that we're talking about, it doesn't matter because he's just doing Hayden Deegan things.
He was riding extremely well. As much as I can't stand the kid, he was on fire.
How about the line he was taking after the first tabletop, that outside up the hill?
Yeah.
And then cutting back
in.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Yeah. And no one caught on to it.
No, and he made so many passes. Surely somebody would see it.
Yeah.
You would think. I don't know if they just couldn't pull it off or what, but
he shouldn't have won that race. He should not have won the first moto.
No, but he was on fire throughout the whole day. I mean, getting helicoptered off the bike the way that he did, half of these guys wouldn't get back up.
No.
That kid, it didn't faze him.
No, I like that. They called it the gymnastics move. They didn't really give him props for the landing, but yeah, his first moto, textbook. Second moto, he just goes out and gets the lead, and then I kind of titled this "The Aliens Have Landed," and boy did that hurt because he and Jet both kind of did themselves in off. Now his Deegan's was not. I don't even know what Deegan's was. It didn't look like rider error. I know it was, but it didn't look like.
No, it looked
he
like
did something.
It looked like he got tangled up in a rut, and it just ejectocito, and his face smacked the front fender, and then it just flopped his body so quickly. And like I said, to get helicoptered like that and then to land the way that he did and get back up, I give props to the kid as much controversy is around him and as much as he drives me nuts. I mean, that was pretty incredible.
And we got to give props to Chance Hymas. Chance Hymas led that moto for a long time. And I really thought that maybe, just maybe, he would pull it off, or Levi Kitchen might get him. But the fact that Levi, I know he didn't let, so let is the wrong word. The fact that Deegan has the chutzpah to go get by all these guys in the first moto and kind of stamp like, I am the man. Like, I am the man. I know I talk a lot of smack, but I am the man.
Mm-hmm.
And chance to fight off and get second was good. Bad for Levi. Tom Vial. Okay, can we go ahead and touch on the last year Deegan? It was Deegan and Hunter, the Australia versus America thing. I think Deegan is feeling that Vial may be one of his contenders, and now we're starting to wave the American flag, shirts off, because it's him versus France now. I mean,
I don't know.
is there?
Like I said, some of the stuff that he does, I don't approve of. Of course, waving the American flag is cool as shit. I mean, that should be done everywhere.
Yeah, but he only
But
waves the American flag when there's an international person on the
yeah,
podium.
there has to be something like of him empower for him to do it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Like I said, there's so many controversies around that whole Deegan family. It drives me nuts. But you know, all that aside, he was absolutely on fire.
Yeah, he looked he looked. You got to say
He
what
looked
it
like a
is.
champion.
He
I
looked
mean,
good.
yeah.
He looked good. Tom Vial, second overall with a 4-1 score. That second moto, I mean, he was well in second place, and if it wasn't for the Deegan fall, he would have finished second. But you got to be there. You've got to be there.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about being there in the 450s because, holy cow, man. But Vial, good job. He puts himself in that championship mix. Levi Kitchen, another.
He just was consistent.
Just there.
But you know, I'm more on Chance Hymas.
Yeah.
Coming out of nowhere
and finishing top 5 twice.
Yeah, that boy was on it. I mean, I truthfully would have had Chance over Tom Vial during the whole race. Just the Chance was so smooth on that track.
He looks almost Sexton-esque to me.
They all, you know, they were all on the same team. They all kind of do some training together.
I know he trains with the Lawrences.
And Jet and Sexton look a lot alike.
Yes, they do.
They're very, very similar on a bike.
It's something footwork wise that makes Jet.
It's not just that. To me, it's the body position, the straight, like how they maintain a straight body all the time.
But Sexton puts more weight through the bike, where
Jet's just like a feather.
Yeah.
Sexton's a very bulky guy, though.
Shimoda 5th, 7.5. I'm going to go out on a limb. Unless everybody leaves the 250 class, Shimoda never. He's always going to be the guy that comes on strong. He's a damn good rider. He is not a championship fighter.
I don't think. I mean,
he's a good rider.
Possibly in Supercross he could be. You know, if
I don't know
if conditions were right, like you said, but I don't think he's got the fight in him. He's just there to ride.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I think it's fine. It's fine.
He's a good rider.
He's doing great. He's finishing top 10 in 250 outdoors. It's good. Pierce Brown, dude, this guy is the quietest top 10 finisher. He's just there.
Yeah, and you don't even hear from him anymore.
I don't even think they talked about him this weekend.
Oakley was watching a 2021 Supercross. My oldest watches all the Supercrosses, like from past years. That's all he does. That's his TV is Supercross from the beginning to the end.
Well, might I suggest you find the Great Outdoors video collection and let him
watch that.
Oh man!
But Pierce Brown was. I was just sitting there doing some race team stuff, and Pierce Brown was on top of the. He either won his heat or he won the main event that one, and I'm like, well, that's something you don't see anymore.
Yeah. Another good ride for Triumph, Jalik Swoll. Man, he's quietly having a good year. Not in a quiet fashion. He's made some noise, but he's quietly having a good season. 8th, Ty Masterpool. Good job. Like, he was up there for a while. Good
start for him.
Oh, man.
I really think he could have held on to that. If you know, the last year's Ty could have held that.
Please tell me he didn't get tired. Did he get tired?
I think.
Really?
Honestly.
He's a fit guy.
He is, but it looked like fatigue,
Yeah,
which sucks for him because I truthfully think I think it's just the health issues and the time off the bike and the I don't know. I mean, to me, it looked like fatigue, and he
I
just kind of wore down.
I don't want to say those words out loud, but it's like a sixth. He was he was there. He was on Deegan. Like he was on Deegan,
He was up front
he
for how
just kind
long?
of faded,
Yeah,
like disappeared, faded back.
yeah.
And then 11th in the second moto. I don't know if that was he gave everything he had in the first, but he did this all last year. He was up top all last year. He
Hmm.
didn't fade, so I don't know if there's
I
just
truthfully, like I said, I think the health issues and then just time off the bike,
yeah.
and then a new bike. I think he's got a lot of adjustments to make.
Props to the rookie Julian Beaumer and Casey Cochran. Cochran with the top qualifier award and comes out and he only goes 12-12, but that's the best I've seen him in a while.
That's good for him.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's still fresh.
Yeah. Nate Thrasher, we got word Nate Thrasher has a broken collarbone. So he's out now. Daxton Bennett, Jordan Smith. Joey Savacci is the one I wanted to touch on. We can maybe touch on Ryder D. Joey Savacci was part of that big crash at the first moto. Comes back and gets seventh. That's where Joey needs to be. I don't know if he's out of the championship, but I think if Joey starts up front, I think Joey stays there. He's riding really well.
Yeah.
He's riding really well, and I props on Triumph. Oh no, he had the bike. No, was that where was the bike problem? Was that this race or was that first round?
I think that was the first moto
Or the first round
of
this one?
I can't remember.
I can't remember either, but I know that he had. But props to Triumph for they're putting in some good. I mean, they had a 35.7 and then they had an 8.8. So I mean, honestly, that's not bad for a brand new manufacturer coming out and having nothing. They have no background of what Outdoor Nationals is like.
No, and they do all the testing on the bike, but this is the test.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to have failures. There's going to be something catastrophic that happens to those bikes that you can't test them at these levels.
No.
In your testing.
No. But Ryder D, Nick Romano, dude, enjoy this ride while you have it, I guess.
Yeah. I really think it's about to be over.
Mark Phineas doing a good job on an underpowered bike. We know that the muck-off Yamaha is not good outdoors. Cody Schock back in 19. Cody Schock is top 5 in Supercross. Mark Phineas and him, the fact they're doing 17-19, good job. Good job. Talon Hawkins, top 20. And that's kind of it. I mean, there's nothing I really want to touch on. I don't understand Evan Ferry supposedly now dealing with a health issue. Maybe it's mental.
I think it's truthfully convenient.
Yeah. I'm sorry, man. I like you, kid. Cool. But, dude, maybe this isn't what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, I just think it's really convenient that a health issue has arose all of a sudden.
Yeah, I don't mean I'm not digging. I want everybody to succeed. But you were on Factory Triumph. Something happened. You went to another team that had success last year. That Wildcat Racing had success last year. And you can't get out of your own way.
Yeah, he doesn't look good at all.
So, sorry, one story was Deegan. As I touted, the aliens landed and it hurt. I think we should jump to 450s unless you have any more 250.
No, it's pretty much the 450 show.
So, Jet doing Jet things. He's at 24 motos. Bubba's joking like, oh man, this could be the day he beats me. We get started. I have not seen footage of how they were tripling this downhill thing. I have not seen.
He was. I think he was one of the only. And I think it really caught him off guard that the track broke down.
Yeah, but he did the sight lap. Like, would he not have seen that?
Yeah, you would think. I mean, I don't know, or if he just got in the wrong rut when he hit it, but that was freaking gnarly.
And the sad thing is we forget he was already had a large gap.
Yeah.
In the first
And he didn't have to do that.
No, no, no.
I mean, truthfully, he could have just doubled it. I mean, you would think coming up, I don't know. He's so fast and so smooth and so consistent that I guess you just mindset wise you can just do it. You know what I mean?
It's the first outdoor
But
mistake we've seen from
yeah,
him.
but the suspension said absolutely not.
Whew, no, that was a big hit.
That
And I
was
guess he took a chunk out of his leg.
yeah, that was everything the suspension had. I'm surprised it didn't blow apart. Like it was truthfully incredible the way that he the way he smashed the face of that thing, and then it just everything rebounded.
I was shocked that he couldn't get back to a points paying position until I heard that he was basically couldn't feel his leg.
Yeah, he was in pain.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
so the fact that he made it 24th, being that far back, was actually pretty good.
It was visible.
He sat on the ground for a long time.
Yeah, it was extremely visible that you could see that he was struggling, but he was not going to pull off.
Yeah.
That's not what he does.
Well, when the aliens crash, it opens the door for guys who are really damn good to show how damn good they are.
Yeah.
And guess what we had? We had a race.
And we did. Sexton was, I mean, we will get to that because it was freaking ridiculous.
But even in the first moto, he wasn't there.
No, then he was.
He was.
Yeah. Hunter was, I expect good things out of Hunter this year.
Yeah.
He did slack off this race a little bit, but he's there every race. Outdoors is his thing.
I will tell you, how ironic was it? And they brought it up on TV. How ironic! I think Weege brought it up that when Chase caught Hunter, they caught Hunter. He caught Hunter as they were lapping Jet. Like even when Jet's not involved, hey, I'm gonna show you what I can do in front of you. While like it was just ironic that they caught him right there.
I think it's how this whole season's going to play out. The way that Hunter's riding, Jet will come back. I do think it's going to set him back a little bit, honestly.
I think
a week's not enough time.
No, if he can plow through Denver and he can plow through High Point, then they get that week off.
Yeah.
And High Point last year is where he went against Roxon, and I mean Roxon had his number. So if he can just kind of muddle through now, I think it'll be okay. But how about Jason Anderson first moto? Like finishing third.
Mm-hmm.
I thought for a while maybe he was going to go get Hunter. So
Jason still has a lot left in the tank.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't count him out at all, especially outdoors, especially the way he rides. I mean, he's going to be there.
Yeah.
As long as he's mentally and physically there, he's going to be there. AP, you know, we'll get into Moto too, but Sexton looked absolutely fantastic. I mean, we'll start with that. Sexton looked incredible. It's probably the best he's been yet.
Yeah.
And like he said, it's probably the best ride of his career. Unfortunate circumstances, but if Sexton was going to ride the way that he rode that first moto or the second moto after going down, I mean, yes, it was incredible that he was 40th to first.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a Deegan or a Jet crash. I mean, he spun it around. He got right back on it and he went. Still incredible. Don't get me wrong.
And thank God he didn't tuck the front end.
Yeah.
This was actually the back end broke loose.
Back end.
Oh, thank God.
But I don't know that Jet could have beat him if he was riding like circumstances.
Yeah.
He didn't go down and he still rode like that. Jet didn't go down. If he would have, if Eli Tomac was on that bike for sure, there's absolutely no doubt in my mind. But I don't think Jet could have beat him. That was an absolutely fire ride.
So I had this thought while you're collecting your
phone
data
that I keep dropping.
So I had this thought while I was taking my shower this morning. Is Sexton, and I mean this in the most polite way, please, is Sexton the new Ryan Dungey?
It's possible.
Because Ryan Dungey never beat Villopoto. But Ryan Dungey's on the Mount Rushmore of titles and success. But anytime Ryan Villopoto was there, he didn't win.
Mm-mm.
But as soon as Villapoto was out, he won.
Yeah.
2023, Sexton is in the position to claim the championship because Tomac goes out.
Yeah.
This weekend, Jet has a little bit of problem, and Sexton is the man. He didn't blow everybody away. He proved he was the man.
Yeah.
That's why I'm very careful, because
he's always there, right
he's
behind.
there. He's
I
there.
mean, circumstances have to be right.
Yeah.
But he's the guy that when the circumstances are right, he's right there. So yeah, I could see that.
And I say that very carefully, but it was like,
is that how he's going to get his championships? Is
yeah. And there's nothing wrong with
mistakes.
that. Dungy's living a very nice life, being successful when someone else wasn't around, because no one else could beat him. No one else can beat Chase when he's doesn't have Jet. Kind of like we always talked about Kevin Windham. Poor Kevin Windham. How many championships would Kevin Windham have if Ricky Carmichael wasn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
when you get those generational talents like that are on top of the box, I mean, those guys are hard to beat, and we're gonna get one every
so often.
It's gonna happen. You're gonna get that one guy that's just absolutely incredible, but then you got the rest of the pack that's right there, where Sexton is on top of that other pack all the time. So
anything else out of Moto 1? Let's jump into Moto 2.
No, it's mainly just all Moto 2 was the AP was. I wanted him to get that so bad,
and I think Bubba nailed it. He was in a pace that he knew was going to win him the Moto.
Yeah,
he had no idea that Sexton is coming from. And by the way, we talked about him being a 40th. He was in the top 20, like 2 laps in.
Yeah, I mean,
but he was 30-something seconds behind.
Yeah.
So it's not the position.
It's the time down from the leader.
Yeah.
Because he passed half of them right off the bat. I mean, that's a given. But the being that far down, and you're right. Yeah, AP was very comfortable.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a lap to go. He said, I backed it way off.
Yeah, no one was catching him. Justin Cooper wasn't going to catch him.
You also wouldn't have guessed that was going to happen either. I mean, that far down on an outdoor track like that is very hard to do.
So while I was watching on Sunday, think about the guy that let's look here. Hold on, real quick. Let's look, just so I can have a name. Zachary Watson. Zachary Watson is finished 30th in the second moto. Zachary Watson sees Chase Sexton go down. Chase Sexton goes past him. 29 minutes later, Chase Sexton laps you.
Yeah.
What must you be thinking when, okay, oh, cool, Chase Sexton's, okay, he passed me, cool. Wait a second, he's lapping me?
Like after going down?
After going down?
Yeah.
I thought about that while we were watching Sunday. I'm like, what are these guys thinking when Chase Sexton is coming around to lap them after he passed them for position?
Dude, some of the riding that Sexton was doing, like that bike would totally buck sideways. And the way he would throw his body the opposite direction and just land that bike sideways. I've never seen him let it all hang out like that. No. And the average Sexton couldn't land that.
No, he was riding. He was
not a care in the world.
He was blacked out.
Yeah.
Like in the zone, blacked out.
Battle rage.
Yeah. Just
like that. And you could tell even when he come back off the bike, like his body was in shock.
Yeah, he didn't say anything. He just sat there.
Yeah. Like that's nothing but pure battle rage. Like you get so angry that everything turns red. That was him.
Well, he got past Justin Cooper. He got past Justin Cooper. And you could see, like, it was over. Like, it was over. And I kind of thought, like, okay, good job.
Mm-hmm.
Plessinger's out there. Then you read the interview that says, well, I realized where I had gotten to, and I thought, well, let's see if I can do it. He was 4 seconds back going into the last lap.
Yeah.
It wasn't even close. Like, there's no way. But he just... I'm more impressed. I don't care about the result. It's amazing. I'm more impressed. I have a thing when I go out and run. If you tell me I'm going to run 7 miles and I only think I can do 5, but you say you're going to run 7, I'll run 7.
Mm-hmm.
But if you at mile 7 said, hey, I need you to do a quarter mile more, I'm done. Like I did the 7 that you told me I had to do. He did the battle, made it all the way to second, and is like, okay, shuts the engine off, cruising around. Then all of a sudden goes, well, I wonder,
Yeah, I can do this.
I can turn it back on. That is a different level of
Mm-hmm.
athlete, because there are not many. I don't care how cool you think you are. Go out and put in your hardest effort of whatever it is you do. Shut it down for 3 to 5 minutes, and then say, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
That's the part that I find most amazing.
No, it was something else. Like I said, to ride like that, to let it hang out the way that he
Yeah.
was freaking incredible.
And all props to, I mean, poor Aaron. I've never seen a sadder third place guy. And usually the third place guy is the happiest because
Yeah.
he made the podium. I've never seen a guy so sad.
Dude, just crossing the finish line, he was not happy.
He tried to throw his goggles into the crowd, and they didn't. They went
Yeah.
straight up, straight down. I mean, the poor guy was like, I cannot believe this happened.
Yeah.
And you can't blame Sexton for wanting the win.
No, and there was nothing that Aaron couldn't have turned it back up like
No.
that. Like there was
nothing left.
You could see he tried right at that last turn. He tried and he bobbled. You know,
Yeah.
it's like I said, the way that Sexton was hitting ruts. I mean, AP obviously was riding at a sea level pace at that point.
Yeah.
You know, just
Well, he shut it down.
yeah,
He's done.
just enjoying the ride at that point. You know, I won. You know, take this thing home, and then you get this rocket ship comes out of nowhere.
That's crazy. It is. It was nuts. It was a unbelievable ride. The question is, the question that has been posed on the interwebs: is this ride better, or is the Eli winning by a minute and a half better?
More memorable, I'm gonna say this ride, just because Eli that's beast mode too.
Yeah.
But man, the way he was riding, I'm telling you,
the pass and the aggressive passes he was making.
Like there was
shouldering guys.
He didn't care about anything.
No.
Like I said, he there's no way he could have done this on a normal day, and just the fact that he kept the bike on two wheels.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
So are we saying maybe he just needs to crash at the first turn every moto?
He needs to be
slide
angry.
Out, just slide out.
Needs something to make him angry,
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
I mean, can we get that? Because that's a Chase Sexton we don't often see.
No. But I don't want to say that now he knows he can do it, because I don't think he can. I'm not saying he can't do it again, because he can. But he can't do that on an average pace.
No, because we talked about it in the tennis world. If you play 20 matches, 15 matches are kind of like, you kind of get what you get.
Yeah.
5 matches, you're going to suck. In 5 matches, you're going to be at a level you don't know. You don't even know how you do it.
Mm-hmm.
So it was those 5 matches that you suck that kind of determine your success. This was one of his, if there's 11 rounds, this was the round where I don't even know how to do that.
Yeah.
Like he's not going to do this again at Southwick.
No.
You know, I mean, it's one of those things.
That track won't even let you act like that.
No.
Like if you act like that on that track, that bike's going flying.
So just amazing. And he needed that. And well, I'll be damned, now he's in the points lead.
Yeah. By a stretch.
Yeah.
So, you know, hopefully Jet can get his bearings back together in a hurry. I mean, we still got a lot of racing left, but you pull a gap like that, there's going to be some issues.
Don't you think? Because there are other racers that could say, like, hey, I'm going to take a few weeks off and heal up, and I'll come back. Because it's really SMX $1 million.
Yeah.
Is this now a challenge for Jet to see if he can come back and win this title?
I think so. Like, I think it's going to be difficult. He's going to have to go back on that win streak, and he's not going to.
Yeah.
I mean, you're beaten, battered like that. It's, like you said, the next few rounds and then that week off are going to be – that week off is going to be where he gets his actual rest.
So he finished 6th second moto with a hole in his leg, feeling terrible. I'm sure maybe he had a Toradol shot. Maybe, I don't know, you know, but that's about all they can do legally. He finished 6th. So if he comes out the next 2 weeks and finishes 6th, he's got himself a hole. But if that heals him,
mm-hmm.
well, now he's back 1st or 2nd. I mean,
yeah,
it is what it is. I think
But that's the next few weeks. That if Sexton can stay on it, I mean that points lead's going to grow
yeah,
and grow. Yeah, Jet would slowly chip away at it, but he's not going to chip enough if he's not winning that race
that's true.
all the time.
That's true. But just unbelievable. But congratulations to Hunter. Like as I think Bubba said, what must it be like to be riding behind your brother and not even know if he's okay? Like you have to keep going.
Well, he's like Hunter said, he's like, man, it sucked getting the front row seats to that
Yeah,
because Jet. You ever notice like if Hunter wrecks around Jet's always looking back, or Hunter barreled on.
yeah,
Obviously, he cared, but he barreled right through that. He seized the opportunity.
yep. Aaron Plessinger third, maybe the saddest third in history.
I mean, is it worse than his Detroit though?
Oh, yeah, but at least he still got on the box here.
Yeah.
5-2 is not bad. Justin Cooper, the start dependent guy, he got 2 good starts, got 2 good finishes.
Yeah.
I hate to say that, but he's not a passer.
No, you had to have the start at this track, at this level.
Yeah.
But no, he's not a passer. He's not a. He can fend the guys off, but he doesn't take them back.
No.
He doesn't even try.
Jason Anderson, look at that. Dylan Ferrandis with a 6 on his Dunlop tires. He finished 6th, 7th, 6th, 7th. He is the epitome of I'm 6th,
Mm-hmm.
6th or 7th.
Yeah, I don't see him higher than that. As much as there's been enough hype around him saying that he's a top guy, he's not.
Justin Barsha and Malcolm Stewart. Freddie Noren. Hey, good job, Freddie. That's where Freddie should be. But right below him, Christian Craig.
Christian Craig's coming back.
It's getting better. Last weekend sucked. This weekend he's almost in the top. I mean, he did finish 10th.
If he keeps doing that,
yeah.
Like I said, I truthfully think week by week it's going to get better and better. He's been off the bike so long.
Grant Harlan with 11th. That's really good. Jet Lawrence back in the 12th. Harry Koulos. Dude, that guy, he just shows up occasionally. He's not young, I don't think. Harry is young. But maybe it's the other one. There's like older guy from Estonia that like they'll just show up. They just show up at races. Like, I want to go do this race, and nothing like showing up to an outdoor national and finishing top 20. But what about Justin Hill? Is he doing this just for SMX points?
I would think so at this point. But I mean, he's an outdoors guy. Has fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all fun for him, and
this track had some flow jumps on it
that's his style.
For him, yeah.
Yeah.
Poor Phil Nicoletti. I don't know the injury, don't know the extent of the injury. I haven't heard reports. I don't know if we're going to see him this weekend. I know that hurt.
Mm-hmm.
That was a bad crash.
I hate to see that that's what retires him. I mean, I know he's retiring at the end of the year anyway, but I hate for that to be the reason.
That would suck because he's getting great starts. He's staying up front. He's doing exactly what a satellite team rider needs to do.
Yeah.
And it would suck. I mean, I do feel badly for him. But whoops. Colin Park with the top 20, not bad for the Phoenix Racing team. Trying to think of it. Kyle Chisholm. Dude, I love Kyle. Kyle's always been kind of a stalwart outdoors, but it's not going well. And I don't know if he's still battling injury. I'm not sure.
I don't
know. Anybody else that's... Josh Mosman this week decided to ride a 450 instead of a 350 and almost had the same results. 37th last weekend, 32, 34.
Those 350s are wicked.
But he's riding basically whatever Motocross Action, I think that's the company, he's riding their test bikes. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not, they're not going to KTM and getting factory bikes. Like,
no,
he's riding test bikes. Mom, Dad, if Josh Mosman's beating your kid, it's time to go to college or time to get a trade.
Yeah.
Like, he is 30-something, 37 years old and test bikes. That's what he does for a living and writes articles. He's not an outdoor national guy.
No, but he's there.
He's there. And poor Jake Masterpool, I guess he's still battling the injury from the first round.
Yeah.
But HBI had a rough weekend.
They did. I mean, at least they had guys in there.
Yeah.
You know, they were all there, so that's a big plus. But
But the boss got to race this weekend.
yeah,
How did the boss do? Do we know how the boss
I
did?
don't know. We weren't there.
Yeah.
Obviously, we were at Dade, but it's always a fun track there. Everybody loves it there.
But the boss got to race this weekend. He's got a great crew on the road. They're very good on their social media. Their team manager, chaplain guy, for some reason I can't.
Chris Alley.
Thank you. I could not remember Chris's name to save my life. I just read his stuff this morning. He is a really good follow. If you're a privateer kind of guy and like Facebook stuff, he is a really good follow. He
Mm-hmm.
posts. He'll go on adventures. He'll sightsee. He'll do the devotional stuff. He's just a good guy. And oh, by the way, loves being home with his family when he's home.
Yeah.
Like it's just a cool thing. But that was it for Hangtown. We got Colorado coming up. I think Colorado's hopefully they prep Colorado, and I know each track has its own rules and regs. I hope they prep Colorado kind of like Hangtown was prepped because I think Colorado could be a blast.
I think it'll be a good race.
It's a cool track.
Yeah, if we can keep it dry, and
Yeah.
I think it'll be fun. So,
But that was it for us. So we've got Dade City and Loretta Lynn's regional at Echeconnee. What are we touching on first?
yeah, we can. I mean, hit Dade City real quick. It was a good weekend for us. Bowen was on fire. I don't know how many people come up to me. Um, led a we got a what do you get a second in the first moto, and then led the whole second moto. Went down in second to last turn. So terrible, but it is what it is. Kids learning. He was on fire. That's all I can ask for. It's cool. Um, rode his e-bike like an animal, which was awesome to see. I came home. We got a third and a third. Third in the PW overall and third on the e-bike overall. Was some pretty stiff competition, so nothing I can complain about there. Oakley Road is 65, probably better than he has yet. He's learning every day.
How's the shifting coming?
Good. He's actually, he's passing people now, and it's a big building block. I mean, it's going to take a while.
Has he burned the clutch yet?
Not yet.
Oh,
We're
sweet.
gonna keep it that way. I hope. I have got him trained to the point that he doesn't need that clutch at all.
Good, good.
So he uses the clutch to start, and then I never see him pull it in again until he's done.
Randy Yoho would appreciate that. That's one of his training techniques.
Like that's how when we started the clutch thing. That's how I wanted him to understand that if that bike's moving, you don't need that clutch. We'll work on the clutch for turns and stuff later, but as far as shifting, don't pull that thing in. It's useless.
And by the way, if you feel like you're going slow, shift. If the bike's screaming, shift.
Yeah.
Like you don't
go up.
Don't rev, just shift.
Yeah. So it was cool. Caleb took a 1-1 again in College Boy and 250A. He did have a tip over, nothing crazy, but he so smooth, so consistent. It was literally. I told him like a bigger picture. Just go out there and get some seat time right now. So he did it. I mean, pretty good weekend overall. Brought home lots of hardware, and it was hot, but there was a nice breeze up there the whole day, so it wasn't terrible. But we're heading to Georgia tomorrow. We're heading to Georgia.
Yes, 827 MX is going on to their biggest venture at this point, starting this weekend.
Yeah, as a team, we're heading to Georgia for that regional. Hopefully, we can punch a ticket and bring it home and really think bigger picture at that point. So we're working on getting Caleb into a training facility for the end of this month for a week. He's off work, so kind of working on that right now. Looking at like south of border MX. It's probably our pick at this point. They got so many amenities there.
Cool.
It's incredible. It's a little expensive, but doing some talks with Moto Sandbox and a lot in the tank. Got a new sponsorship. Haven't hashed out all the details yet, but definitely the next episode we'll have that all hashed out and ready to go. They are sponsoring Caleb for sure, so Tampa Bay Power Sports. But as far as the team, we'll hash that out a little bit and give them a nice shout out here. But yeah, looking forward to this weekend. Ready for it. Ready to make it happen. Punch a ticket, bring it home, and head to Loretta's.
How is Caleb feeling about this weekend? I mean, I know he's excited, but how is he feeling nerves wise, psychology, that kind of stuff?
I think he's ready. It's kind of what we've been building for a while now. Once we got this idea in our head, and I made him understand that he can do it. I I think he's ready. I don't think he's prepared for the amount of competition that's going to be there, but he'll
Yeah.
figure it out quick. He can usually overcome and adapt really quickly. So he's really comfortable on his bike. I don't want to make any changes right now. So we'll just get there, ride practice. Then we can, if we need to adapt to the track, we can. But I think we can do it. In all honesty, the kid's incredible. Social media is going extremely well for us. He's been doing a lot of cool stuff lately. We've been putting a lot of cool stuff together. So I think we can bring home a Loretta's ticket.
That would be cool.
Yeah,
That would be really cool. But yeah, we'll be following along. We got so this weekend. It's never easy to watch those regionals, even if you're just trying to find results. But look for social media on Sunday, and we'll be back hopefully early next week to do a podcast, whether it's tears or cheers or tears and cheers. We'll cover Colorado. We'll cover the regional. I want to get your take on the whole regional experience anyway.
yeah.
Because
We'll have it in full force.
and Echeconnee is it's kind of one of the old school, like it's been around.
And I've heard that it's an awesome facility. So we'd love to get up there and practice, but unfortunately, it's just not going to happen.
Hey, it is what it is. Take a good track walk.
Yep. Yeah, we'll walk it thoroughly, and like I said, overcome and adapt.
Well, very good, man. Well, we had to do a quick episode this week because Derek's got dad duties before heading out, and I got to get to work. But for Derek Schaefer with DBS Custom Fabrication and Handyman Services, I am Trey Heath with Century 21 At Your Service Realty and Michelle and Trey Real Estate. This has been episode 57 of Beyond the Curve, the MX podcast. And for 827 MX, we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you, sir.
And do your best, man.
We'll see how it goes.
Caleb, good luck. We'll see you guys later.
See ya.
Bye-bye.